Today's card of the day is you find some prisoners. One in a red for an instant with choose one. Break their chains, which is just simply destroy target artifact, or interrogate them. Exile the top 3 cards of target opponent's library. Choose one of them. Until the end of your next turn, you may play that card, and you may spend a mana of any color to cast it. So this is particularly interesting, especially the second phrasing, interrogate them, the second clause, I guess, because essentially this lets you play lands in red, which I think is kind of weird. I feel like red should probably be able to only cast things, but maybe that's just like too low of a power level for this sort of effect. Especially when you want red to be, just on par, try to be on par with other cards that sort of get their raw card advantage. This is probably good, right? This is sort of similar to something like an Anticipate. You looking at 3 cards, except it's not your deck, and you can spend mana of any color, so you can cast them immediately right away. They do get to be foreseen, as in someone's gonna know what you're probably gonna play next turn if it's something super juicy. But I mean, there's a lot of upside and downside to that. Generally, it's better to be playing cards from your deck because you generally have more, I guess, control of what you're gonna be playing, and you know how you want to play your things. So if you're playing someone else's card, it could be not as strong as like playing a card from your own deck. So that's like the only real downside. It's not really a downside, it's just the fact that you're in red, which it has a lot of upside too. I remember playing a mono red Grenzo deck I had, and I kid you not, this is Grenzo Havoc Razor for those who are interested in it. I kid you not, I swung in, I think turn 2, and of course I had gotten Grenzo out really early. It's like turn 1 Grenzo or something like that. It was like I forgot what it was, but it's super early Grenzo. Anyways, and I took this person's Rhystic Study, and of course, me being like a super fast aggro Grenzo deck, being able to like burn your hand and then draw cards off people playing cards to interact with your board, oh, it is the chef's kiss. It is the actual chef's kiss. Like this is if I had my Grenzo deck, this would probably own it. Now I have Monkey deck, a Ragavan deck, and I think this card's going it. This card is definitely sweet. Only 13 cents as well. Yeah, so being able to play some of your opponent's stuff is great, especially if they tutor for something. On the flip side, having a large chance of just ruining their day because you can play their stuff is going to be great as well. I think the mass I guess the greatest thing you get from this card is probably the interrogating them. Just because what I said. But it is good to know that you can still keep your deck's integrity, and that if you don't really care about exiling someone else's cards or playing their top of their cards, you can just simply use it as a destroy target artifact, right? So you can use it for card advantage or simple destructive as well. And I think that's great. I think that's super strong, having a modal spell like this in red. It's geez, red has come far. Like, can you imagine playing this like back in the day? Like I don't know, but like having a kill spell or a card draw spell on one card, right? This is kind of neat. This is definitely kind of neat. And you can spend mana as a mana color to play it. So I guess red's gonna be relying on a little more artifacts than usual for playing this amount of red. But if you're playing a non-mono red, this might probably not be where you want to go. But you can spend mana as any color though. So right. So maybe you want to put this in your Grixis Still Things deck. I don't know. I think this card is a lot going for it. Not really much bad to say about this card. I do like the fact that Wizards did make these cards in a weird way. I think most cards usually don't have this. It depends on the card, right? But usually it's like this verbiage, where it's like a name of an attack, right? And this one is like a name of an attack on the card's text box, which is different, and it makes me feel like this is something that could be somehow integrated into an actual D&D session, which is cool but weird. Like this could be like a scenario in a D&D session. I don't know how how would you put those things together, but like the way that they phrase the card, you find some prisoners instead of naming the card break their chains or interrogate them or interrogation. Like that, those are what I would assume what an actual Magic card name would be. I think it does lead itself into being like a interesting card to use for like other games. So I am I am definitely, geez, that was a horrible swallow. I am definitely interested in playing this card. This card is sweet. You guys should probably play it too, but maybe if you don't, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have said that because I hate when people take my cards off of my library. So, anyways, yeah, this card looks sweet. Let me know if you guys think of this kind of search below. Is it good? Are you guys playing it? I think it's going in any deck, any and every deck that plays red. I think this is really good. Stops those tutors. Yeah, I think this is a great card.